So as we head into the playoffs, we look forward to it. John Brennan from the Sunday World, what do you think? Have we achieved what we set out?
Almost definitely. Like, we were in the group of the world champions and we've gone through it undefeated. Actually, we've gone through quite a few groups undefeated, one of which memorably we didn't even qualify out of, even though we were never beaten. But when you consider where the team was not so long ago, it's a heck of an achievement to be unbeaten in a group containing the world champions, Bulgaria, who were the second seeds, we were the third. And okay, the finish against Montenegro wasn't great, but we're there, and it's now what we do in the playoffs, home and away.
We have different opponents ahead in the playoffs. What do you think? It's going to be a big match for us regardless of who we play.
Oh, huge. And it's going to be a huge night here. Like, I mean, last Saturday night this place was buzzing against Italy, and I think if we could get that sort of atmosphere at all again the next time we're in business. Russia, the big problem with Russia would be where would we play it. I gather the Russians don't play in Moscow in November for the simple reason that if 2 feet of snow landed upon the capital city, the game would obviously be off. UEFA or FIFA would then get the hump and force them to play their home game at a more clement venue. So what they do apparently is they bring the home game to a more clement venue within Russia. So we may not be going to Moscow. They'd be serious opponents. Gus Hiddink, a manager to rival our own manager, well worn in the ways of international football. Top players like Arshavin, the goalkeeper Akinfeev, who was meant to be a target for Manchester United next January. Serious team, hard to beat. I think our only chance of beating Russia is if we got the second leg in Dublin. If it's been decided in Russia, I think we'd really, really struggle.
A manager who might not be worthy of being compared to Trapattoni is Dominic of France. I know he got France the second World Cup, but it seems to be, it's not really his doing, is it?
Yeah, we should send, in the French phrase, a nation provocateur over to France and stir it up, because every second week there's a row comes out of that camp. Anelka's not happy, Henry's not happy, somebody's not happy. Basically, he's been winging it, that guy, for the last 6 years. Now, you say you can't wing it all the time, but he has been winging it for about the last 6 years, and they were very poor in this group. I don't think Serbia are as good as France made them out to be, and it'd be very hard in the Stade de France, but it wouldn't be the worst thing could ever happen to us. We'd give it a go. We probably wouldn't win, but the lads would give it a go, and France are the sort of team you'd nick a goal against, whereas Russia wouldn't give you a chance. France would.
Greece, not as good as the team that won the European Championships, and that wasn't even a great team either. They're the management team's first choice.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Actually, the one thing they have is a manager older than Trapp. Otto Rehhagel is 71, actually. But Greece, great side, as you say, and well, not even a great side, organised, functional. Actually, what I think Trapp aspires to for us, knock the game out 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. That's what they did in Euro 2004. They still have an awful lot of players from that team, and that's a bad sign in a way. It means they're hanging on with veterans, limping over the finish line. They'd be the one we'd take. They have to be the one that you have to say, yeah, we'd have an even chance. Now, they'd be quite happy to take us, thank you, in preference to Ukraine and a trip to Kiev in the same 2 feet of snow. If it doesn't dump on Moscow, it'll dump on Kiev. So remember, some teams are maybe not looking to play us. Greece are probably looking to play us.
The danger of facing someone like Portugal is the conspiracy theorists would say that FIFA want Cristiano Ronaldo in the World Cup, and we might not get penalties, or they might get penalties.
All that is a big fear. That won't happen, simply because the way the referees are organised for the World Cup is they're an elite crew. They have about 25 elite crews from whom they will pick the 18 elite crews of referees. It's not just referee now, it's linesmen, fourth officials, everything, from whom they will be picked to go to the World Cup. And if a referee has a ropey game, remember there's an assessor from an independent country and a delegate from another independent country, and they will be at matches like Portugal v Ireland, and if they see anything ropey, the ref will be marked down and he won't go to South Africa. So I wouldn't worry about that. Yes, of course they want Ronaldo at the World Cup. The point is, the word is Ronaldo may not be fit for the playoffs. So if we were to get Portugal, he may not be there. They've enough in Deco and all these other good players, Samao and all these other guys. They've enough to beat us anyway. They would be difficult opponents, but again, they give you a chance. The problem with Portugal at the moment is they're playing well. At the start of this qualifying campaign, they were hopeless. They got 2 points out of the first 9. That's why they didn't win the group. They gave away 7 points early on. They've come with a storm. They've won 3 or 4 matches, and they're on a roll, and I think they would be very hard to beat in the playoffs. Definitely one to avoid.
So Giovanni Trapattoni has lots of experience in European level, so the two-legged match should hold no fear for him, should it?
Not at all, simply because he would actually be of the school. We're all talking here about, I said particularly about Russia, that we'd want the second leg at home. He is of probably the old school of play at home first. get a 1-0 win, and then you're the only team can score the away goal. Remember, the precious away goal comes into it now. If you can score that away goal, it's huge. But the away goal only really becomes a huge bonus if you shut down at home. So a lot of teams, and I know even Manchester United now, Alex Ferguson is a great believer, if they're facing a two-legged tie, get the first leg at home 1-0, then make the other lot come out. Then if you score on their patch, you've basically got 3 goals. So Trapp would certainly not be bothered at all if we're all back here on Saturday the 14th November.
I noticed at training the other day that at the very end the players were practicing penalties. We don't want that, do we?
Oh, mother of God, no. Hold on a minute. That's full leg 90 minutes, 2 leg 90 minutes, 30 minutes with the scores the same all the way through. Remember, away goals count double. So to get the penalties, it would have to be, say, 1-1 after 90 minutes, here, there, everywhere. Oh, God, no, the nerves would never hold on for that. No. Penalties to go to. It's one thing to have penalties in the World Cup as we had in Genoa and so on. To have them to go to I couldn't. Could you even take one in the circumstances? Could you even take one? No, I don't. Let's not go there.
Thanks very much. For a very upset John Brennan from the Sunday World pitch side at Croke Park.